Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to join the squares of the Sona blanket. So I'm going to use the Zig Zag Slip Stitch join, and this is a join that can be used for joining any kinds of smaller projects like squares or rectangles, triangles, or whatever shapes you have. You could join anything with this join, but this is a support video for the 2025 Sona Blanket Cal that I am hosting. So I'm going to use the squares from the Sona blanket to demonstrate this join, and I'm going to reference the Sona blanket throughout this video. But as I said earlier, you can use this join method to join any kinds of smaller projects, and you are welcome to also choose any other join for your blanket squares, your Sona blanket squares. It is not required to use this. I'm just going to show you what I did, and I'm going to explain why I chose this join. So to join these squares, I am going to use these two samples. They're not the same color that I made my Sona blanket with, but it's much easier to see lighter colors in tutorials. So I'm going to use a lighter color palette for this tutorial. So I am going to join these squares with a white, or this is this color, and I'm going to use these two. And I'm going to do the join with a regular crochet hook. So I'm going to use a 5.5 millimeters or I hook to do the join. So we begin with the yarn on the hook, just so, and then I'm going to now pick up one of these squares, and I'm going to insert this hook from top to bottom at the edge stitch of the bottom row. So this is the bottom row, this is the edge stitch. I'm going to insert the hook top to bottom in that edge stitch, and I'm going to take the yarn over and pull through all the way. So that is how we attach the yarn for the stitch. Now I'm going to find the edge stitch on this side of the other square, and then I'm going to insert my hook top to bottom. So for this entire join technique, I'm going to hold these squares with their face up, they're facing up, and the yarn will be behind the squares. So the yarn will be at the back, and so I'm going to insert my hook top to bottom, pick up this edge stitch, I'm going to yarn over and then pull through and pull through. So that makes one chain. So that's the beginning of this join. Now for the next, I'm going to find that edge stitch of the next row. And in these squares, it's easy to find that because the next row will be a different color. So here, this is this color. So I'm going to insert my hook top to bottom and then pick up the yarn from the back, yarn over, pull through and pull through. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this square. So I'm going to insert the hook top to bottom, yarn over, pull through and through, and then keep going along the edge for every edge stitch. I'm just going to insert the hook top to bottom, pick up the yarn from the back, yarn over, pull through, and I'll show you how it is looking. So here you can see the zigzag that's forming because of these slip stitches, and you can see at the back it's hardly visible because of the color change, but you see this is the zigzag slip stitch that's forming that. So it's nice and neat at the back as well, and if you keep going along the edge, you could just you'll be able to see the zigzag very clearly. So I'm going to go ahead and complete this edge and show you how it looks. Here it is. This is how it looks. And the biggest challenge with this, I think, is keeping the slip stitches even. You can already see here that some of them are tighter than the others, and that's mostly because it's hard to keep my tension even while I'm filming a video. But if you can keep your tension even, it will work up very beautifully. Let me show you how it is in my blanket. Here it is. You can see this zigzag join here, the zigzag slip stitch join. It's nice and even. So if you can keep the tension even, this will be very nice and pretty. The reason why I chose this join was because this is, I think it's a very stretchy join and it has a lot of give. So what happens with the Sona blanket squares is that all the small squares are the same size and all the large squares are the same size. But when you are trying to join a large square with a small square or a set of small squares, there is a slight difference in stitch count. And because of that, you'll have to make a slight adjustment sometimes to make sure that your squares are joined evenly. And with this join, the big advantage is that you can modify the size of your slip stitches. So if there is a little bit of gap between your squares, you can easily make your slip stitches a little bit loose, or you can go up a hook size and make loose stitches using that. But it is possible to adjust the size of these slip stitches to accommodate for slight differences. If there's more gap between the squares, you can make them slightly larger. Um, so I thought that this was a very good way of joining these squares, given that there was a slight difference in the size of the large and small squares when you put them together. So that's pretty much it. So once you have completed joining one side, you can go around, you can put another square here, and you can go around and continue joining here. So it's fairly straightforward, but it takes some time. But I really enjoyed using this join. It creates a very nice and neat join. It's a little bit of a texture at the join, which I really liked. You can see it over here much better here. So it's a little raised as compared to the other stitches, and it's nice and neat. I really like how this looks. So, as I said before, this is a join that I have used to join the squares of the Sona blanket, but you are welcome to use any join of your choice. And I hope this works out for you. Let me know how it goes. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll see you in my next video.